Hello, everyone. Welcome to this evening session. Coming on a little late today, but we've got a special one for you today to kind of just. We're going to call forth. Not call forth. We are going to take you guys on a journey to do a massive clearing for the entire Earth of some stuff that has gone on in the last few days. Let's go ahead and just close our eyes and slow down our breathing and just quiet our minds. And let's begin this with some light language to really just bring us in to this space. Take us in to the soul sanctuary by opening a portal through our heart. See this massive portal coming out of our heart chakra, and we're just going to walk inside and find ourselves in a glade, an open glade. In the middle of the glade is a little pond. And we're gonna hop into that pond. And we're gonna find ourselves surfacing out of the water. We're gonna be laying on our backs in the water. Floating on the surface of the water.
Tu sit We are opening these doors to a magical land where you will see before you many trees and plants and animals. Many high vibrational beings, frequency changing. Seek arasatutu si atatayatata seek iayata clearing some past timelines. Seek iayata satatayata sikira tatatata sit itito sit anchoring in this frequency, really connecting with your breath back into your heart center and anchoring down. So imagine your roots coming out from the base of your spine, anchoring down into the earth. So we're all just connecting, really connecting to the earth at this time and bringing it back to the breath. With every inhale, just imagine breathing in more light, high vibrational energy in, and all stagnant energy, lower vibrational energy out. Si arata tata tu 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 koroski si iayata tata tayata tu 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 rukoto sukotoro ay si ti ti si arata katara 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 si i arata sakatara katara 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 katara.
As you imagine your roots going further and further down in the earth, grounding you in, see them piercing into different areas, different types of soil, in the oceans and the lakes. And as you breathe in, you're drawing energy in from the earth, up your spine, up through your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, through your heart and your throat, your third eye and your crown. So you're drawing energy up through your entire body as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, push out anything inside of you, any stagnant energy back into the earth, completely grounding yourself with the frequency of the energy of the earth. Feel this rush of energy going in and out of your body, through all the cells of your body, igniting them with this new energy of the earth. Imagine a beam of white light coming from the stars down into your crown chakra, connecting you with the universe, so that you're now grounded in the earth and then connected through the universe, through your root and your crown. So you're drawing energy from all the sources. Imagine fireworks exploding over your body as the energy is just overwhelming and just bursting out. So much extra energy just bursting out and igniting the air around you. And as you see the pool of water around you, you notice it's black all around. But the black is seeping away as you lay there into that pool of water. Like ripples going away from your body is taking this dark color away from you, separating it away from you, dividing away from you. This is the division of a timeline that is no longer serving you, where this darkness entered in. And then little angels and little fairies are carrying cold buckets of water over top of you and just dumping them on you, just to create more current as we lay in the pool, pushing this water away, this darkness away. Causing the energy in your body to flow ever more because of the chill of the ice water being dumped on top of you. And you start to notice the water becomes clearer and clearer as the dark water begins to fade. And the water turns to a clear blue. You can start seeing down through into the water that you're floating on. See fish, frogs, turtles, all sorts of aquatic animals swimming about, enjoying the energy, this new frequency that you're letting off now that the darkness is gone. As you look up, you see an eagle soaring overhead. And around the pond, little animals come up to drink water. Cool, refreshing water that you're now just lying in. Your entire body and everything you're wearing is sopping wet, but it's that great feeling of just feeling washed clean.
So we're just clearing up some of the chakras, realigning, rebalancing, upgrading, and clearing. Particularly right now in the heart. Bringing in new frequencies to the planet, high vibrational love, unconditional love. This is a very clear, feels like very clear energy. Being surrounded by love and like instant frequency change. Upgrading aspects of your soul today. These frequencies will help align to your highest timeline. And anchoring them back into your reality. In this present moment. So much love. And at this time, there's being a space that's being made for any cages that were once keeping you trapped, or anything that may come up. These cages and all things of that variety are going to just automatically go into this space to be cleared. Washing them away. All is null and void. Breaking chains. breaking contracts, clearing all contracts that do not serve your highest good, your highest timeline. Yep. Iya ta 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 ya to so to iya ya ta 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 ya to shukutoro kutoro 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 kutoro. Ascending all spirits that can be ascended at this time. Give them all the love and healing energy they need, and reunite them with their families and loved ones on the other side. Si ayata ta 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 ya tu 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 porosiki ayata sik arata satata yata ositi ayata satata ta yata ta tu 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 si ayata ta 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 ta. Back over to you, Will.
Just seeing tons of shackles falling off of folks, bondages, things that might have been bounding you to certain aspects or different things of the world or objects, anything that might have bound you down from the past life, just all those things. Like it just looks like the water is full of trash, but the trash is following the current and flowing away from you and just washing up on the shore of this pond that we're laying in. Contracts and anything that's there that's been just separated from you and washed clean from you. And the little animals are like picking them up and collecting them and taking them away and throwing them into a fire, and they're just being burned away into nothing.
Yeah, there's been some very intense energies over the last week or last few days. Will and I had some intense energy happen. For me, it was when I was sleeping and I woke up and I was all discombobulated because where I am right now, it's morning time. And so there's lots going on in the collective, and which was brought to light just before we were coming on. And this was what was needed right now to be cleared on a mass scale. So feeling a lot better now. Like my alarm didn't go off and I didn't know what time it was when I woke up. Totally discombobulated.
Yeah,
how are you feeling?
It's like this just feel this like this release and just relax, just feel relaxed, and I feel free, like I can float.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
And
compared to how I was feeling before.
This mass clearing is just to push away anything, any emotions. It's like earlier when we were clearing this on ourselves, it was like this image of hands just digging into the sand being just our bodies essentially, or our essences, and it was being shifted, and things were being dug up out of the sand and brought to the surface for the last few days, and was just covering us with this dark shadow. It's like a pitch black blanket, and now just washing ourselves with this water. It's just pushing that away, and any attachments that have come to the surface, anything that's come to the surface, like past life attachments, past this life attachments, relationship attachments, just being cleared up and pushed away.
Yeah, like
being free again. Yeah.
Like it's very this happens during the eclipse. It's really bringing things to light that have been hidden for a while. But this is needed. All this is happening and will continue to happen because we as a collective need to purge it in order to have a higher vibration, clear the density, and as we continue in the ascension. So it's all fun stuff. And it just really just needs there just needs to be like these help bring things to light, but I think I don't know how you feel about this, Will, but I feel like when a lot of people are doing this kind of work or think that they're doing this with shadow work, even you have to look at parts that maybe you don't want to look at. But it's really you just kind of need to shine a light on and see that they're there and then tell them to go away. Like it doesn't have to be as hard as I feel like a lot of people make it out to be, like it's just bringing an awareness to us. Maybe something might not feel right and just like being like acknowledging that it's there and bringing it to light. And then when you acknowledge that instead of pushing it away, which a lot of people do.
Well, that's how it gets buried. Is you think you're pushing it away, but you're just pushing it down inside. And that's what's happened in this eclipse is it's now pulled that back out to the surface and has been fed upon by things that are wanting to attach to ourselves in plain sight. It's hiding in those things. And so when it starts, but it's also because it's the surface that we can work on it. And when we see it come to the surface, we should, instead of pushing it back down again, work on it, work through it, and clear it. You're right. It's like when you have awareness of it, then you can fight it. When you don't have awareness of it, how are you supposed to do anything of it? How are you supposed to know where to start and go? So it's like this happening, as painful and as hard as it's been, it's also been helpful because it's brought stuff to the surface. For me, it brought emotions to the surface of something from my childhood that I never really knew or rather say had forgotten was something that needed to be dealt with. And I woke up in the morning after having a dream and I just felt angry about what happened in the dream. I'm like, why am I angry about this? And I had to dive into meditation and dive out and be like, what is this actually related to? And it was just something that I hadn't let go from my childhood. I just stuck down and just forgot about it. And it was brought to light again. And I was like, okay, need to get over this. I need to clear this. I need to put it out. And also accept, what happened as well. Because that's part of the other thing is you have to accept it, as well as clear it. It's like you have to accept it and clear out the fear. That's what you have to do because
that's how it latches.
Yeah, exactly. When it's it's latching onto the fear, it's not latching onto a part of you. It's latching onto that fear, and that's something that we can release and get rid of by and replacing it with joy and love.
Yeah. And for you, like it's different for each and every one of us, but when we do this work, it's easy. Like Will, things pop up for you, like you'll see, or even when we're doing clearings together, like what, like you, even like when you were doing the clearing, you were like, there's there's like a hook, or what was it, a bird claw or something
Yeah, it
attached
was
to my
a talon or a claw on your shoulder. Yeah.
yeah. So like, and then that comes through, and then I can feel the stuff, and then there was like something, a little like a slug on my back, and like I could feel that there was something there, and it's easier to just, for I knew that there was something there, but for Will to shine the light, and then now we got rid of it. Whereas for me, I can feel it, or I get told specifically what's there, or if I'm doing like, if it's vice versa with Will, like what was it, your house, right? Like I was like
Yeah.
popped in and I was like, this is here, this is here, this is here. I did some light language and then we released it. So it's like, it's just
Mhm.
acknowledging that it's there to clear it, because if you are avoiding something and just pretending that it's not there, it's going to take a hold of that, almost that like, and then get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then just kind of like take up shop.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna latch onto anything that you're trying to avoid and not want to see. Because it's like, aha, I found something that you don't want to mess with. Well, I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna attach onto it. And I'm gonna use that as a way to get to you and to stick with you. And until you deal with that, and then it's not gone. And what it does is not just attach to it, it builds fears and other struggles and anxiety and stuff on top of that. And then you build more and more and more on top of that thing. And then it gets buried in your subconscious and you forget it's even there and you don't even know how to deal with it.
And then it's
Um,
ruling you.
yeah. But you
And
can go find where the root cause is and remove that, and then it removes everything that was building on top of it.
which is what makes this work so amazing, because you can discover and find the root of the issue so much quicker than if you were, let's say, going to a therapist for 15 years and still not really understanding that maybe the root of the issue was something that happened in a past life. Well, you can talk about um, the issues all day long, and if it's something from a past life, it's not going to be picked up on. Like I've always had like an issue with my shoulder for like probably my whole life without really realizing it. Like I've always felt like there was like a little hook on my shoulder. And I've cleared a whole bunch of layers from past lives and things. And I could feel my shoulder getting better. And I'm more aligned now. Like even just like in my posture, where I could always see like my shoulder was like just a little, I could just see an imbalance. Now that imbalance, I could go and, go to a physiotherapist or do all the things. I was able to get to the root of that and delayer that. And like even taking a photo of me before and me after, you could see it straight. And then there was still one little issue that I still didn't quite feel. And then that was where it was brought to light by Will. So it's incredible. And I'm like, I definitely wouldn't have, and I wouldn't have even gotten rid of it even going to a physiotherapist, because I've gone to physiotherapy in the past and they were like, there's an imbalance here. These are the exercises you could do. And I would still do the exercises and it would, you know what I mean? Like it just wasn't getting to that root.
Yeah, you're only getting, it's like you're basically you have this plant growing on you, right? Of all this stuff causing all these issues. And when you're doing all the physiotherapy, you're basically just clipping the leaves off of it. And then you're pruning it back a little bit, but it's still there. Until you get to that root, you're not getting rid of it. It just keep coming back. Something else. Some of the leaves will grow again with something new. Maybe it'll be on the other shoulder. you know.
Yeah. Or maybe you look back and the plant's actually like making a whole bunch of little baby plants. It's like got a whole system going on.
And then before you know it, your entire body is bothering you, and you're like, well, what is this coming from? So.
And it's so fun too, like now to just even like before, like I remember even just when I was younger, just being scared of the dark, not understanding
Mhm.
why, and having that fear and not really realizing it was because of I was kind of being haunted for like most of my life of things, but it was from a past life and coming through. And I didn't want to know about stuff. I didn't want to know about, like, I would sleep with the covers like slightly over my head. And I just wanted to push it away, and it just never went away. And then now, even like looking back and like being like, it's funny because the more knowledge that I know now, the more you realize that none of that, like, there's no reason to have that fear. And that if you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like there's it's like when you get beyond, it's like we were talking about in that first podcast, the first video. Was it the first video? Maybe it was another video. We were talking about duality, right? You know, when you get beyond the dark and the light and you're living in that neutral space, then that's when you realize there's no need for that fear. There's nothing to be afraid of because you're much bigger than all of that. Everything's much bigger than it's just a small little circumstance. This life is such a small little circumstance. You don't really need to be afraid. And knowing that you're stronger than it, then you can overcome it. You're just like, oh, there's another thing. Well, that's okay. I'll be all right. It's gonna be okay. I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, like just realizing, I just wish that I learned about it sooner. Like, because I was like, and now it's like almost fun. Like, I feel like I'm like, oh, what's this? What are we doing? Like, what? Oh, there's something here. Like,
it becomes exciting, right? It's like a new adventure instead of this, oh, it's a new problem to deal with. It's like that perspective, the glass half full versus the glass half empty, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Very cool. And that's the beauty of light language too. Is it like pulls that out.
It's like you're doing a magical surgery with light.
Pretty much, yeah. It is. It is. I can't wait to start talking more about timelines. That's going to be for another time. But
no pun intended.
Another time. Yeah. Yeah. So much fun. All right. I feel like we're still doing some, yes. Still do. It's like there's some background work going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, with everything that we were doing earlier, like it's gonna take time for that to work through.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of different things that are coming up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even still, like what happened, like, so the example here of what, like, for you, something came up in your dream that had to do with your childhood, right? And something latched on. So for that, it's like whatever that energy was, that thing that was coming to light that was hidden, it's like this annoying little thing that knows that, like, deep down it knows that would bug you, so that's why it was poking you.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
But it wasn't you. It wasn't actually you. It just knows that was your, like, that's going to irritate you, so it gets to you in that way. And I think that's a huge reminder for people that, when they are angry, or say they wake up angry, or if they something starts like in their mind that starts repeating and being like, oh, you need to worry about this right now, like this, all of a sudden, and you get like anxiety from it, you literally can just be like, that's not me. That's something trying to take hold of me and like lower my vibration. I think that's just so important to also realize too, that it's not, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's like those things will keep coming up until you kind of look back and being like, okay, well, why do I feel this way? Mm-hmm. And then trying that flashlight. So metaphorically, physically, however it looks to each individual. For you, it's visually. For me, it's ba-da-da. Yeah.
It's actually funny that you mention it. You talk about it that way because the night after, or like this was that thing of my childhood was like 2 nights ago. Last night was I was thinking about something that I didn't even need to worry about, but I knew that it was it's a really funny thing. So it was basically I don't know how do I simplify this? There's basically a process of something that there's a process you have to do when someone gets in trouble while they're climbing. And I was going through my head, oh, what are the steps you take to make sure that you can help rescue that person? And I only knew half the process, but I couldn't remember the rest. And I was thinking about this at 3 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, why am I thinking about this? And I was like, I gotta remember what it is. What is it? Dang it, I can't remember. Do I wake up and go look this up? Do I take the time to do this? And it's like, why is this even relevant right now? I'm sleeping. No one needs to be rescued right now. I can go look this up later. And I was sitting there for a good amount of time before I realized it's like, wait a second. Okay, I need to just stop. This is not serving me. This is a waste of my energy. And then this is what happens is it finds stuff like this and it latches on like that. And and the more you feed it,
it gets big.
It just gets big. And that's just an example of how we can just be anxious over stuff that we don't even need to worry about. Like that's the extreme right there. I'm thinking about something that I don't even worry about. It's not happening right now. It's not an emergency. It's just knowledge that I just can't remember at the moment. And what I did in that scenario was I just had to first acknowledge all of that, what I just said a second ago, and then say that I can look this up in the morning if it's really bothered me that much. But what I need to do is I need to focus on sleeping. So
I did the same thing.
I focused on, okay, I feel the bed underneath me. I can feel the blanket. I can feel the texture. Let me just focus on sleeping. That's what I need to do right now. I need to sleep because it's like 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't, you know, and that's just what I did at that time. And because I knew that I didn't want to have to do a journey and figure out why this anxiety is there because it was too early in the morning to do that. But that's one simple thing you can do to really just ground yourself in the moment and be present instead of letting the anxiety take over you. And really that's all it was. It wasn't some deep subconscious thing going on. It was something latching on to the fact that I just couldn't remember and just like, haha, right? And it took over.
That was the same thing that happened to me, but it was in a different way. Like, and it was probably like 2:33 in the morning. And I was like, I don't need to be thinking what's going on. Like, go, like, no, like, office hours. Yep. Okay, so I guess this is coming up. So I'm just going to do some light language for this specifically. Just almost like having like a little security, like having security for this, for people, an extra layer of security, so that it just can't take hold in these kind of situations. So for any, for like anxiety or worry, I just got the message installing security camera footage to double check. But kind of like if you were the house, like if we as individuals are the house, and like the outside area of looking out is like the backyard or the front, like the yard or the front door. Like it's like installing like a little like toot toot toot. Okay, no, no, you're not good. Okay, closing, like sending away. That's the clearing, rebalancing. Cleaning house. Karata siki et kara at ut 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 isi ayata suk sik sik arata sekatara kutik I arata ki ayata katara 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 suk suk I yata katara kutus kus 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 I yata. So basically, I'm getting that they're shoveling snow out of the yard, like deep, deep layers of snow. It's in that energy. Rebuilding walls of clarity, rainbow frequency, clearing, 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 clearing. Removing waste that does not belong in your home. Rebalancing. Clearing cables, clearing chains, rebuilding infrastructure.
Just saw little removal of little microscopic mites that were stuck to people, like they were latching on, and they're like ticks, like getting bigger and bigger whenever they latched on, and just a shockwave went across the earth and just knocked every single one of them off, and then flames burst along the surface of the earth and burned them all up.
Clearing implants, lots of metal. Clearing a density that's been connected on this planet for many lifetimes, a big cord that people have been attached to that they haven't realized. This is going to feel, this might feel There's going to be a big density clearing here. Suk arata sakatarakatak arakataka ayatuk urukut 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 sik arata si arata tataya tututu shukut kurukut 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 being asked to Palo Santo this place. Okay. Will I do that, Will? What are you seeing?
I just saw an image of the earth, and then it just separated it into two earths, and like this it was like this shadow of it that just kind of just came out of the earth and just disappeared, just like disintegrated and fell away. Like there's this like shedding of skin, like shedding, like every single person was shedding off a layer of skin. The earth was shedding off a layer of itself. Just this removal, this division caused by a massive shockwave of just light hitting the earth. It's like we got knocked onto a new course.
Yeah, so what's happening right now too with the solar flares, it's there's a lot of solar flare activity that's helping to awaken people.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's happening so quickly in people that they don't understand what's going on, it can create a lot of it brings up a lot of things to the surface and can cause a lot of chaos in people that don't realize what's going on. And so that's what's been kind of happening and what is going to continue. So this is a kind of like a, it's almost like I'm imagining everybody getting like kind of shocked from the like solar waves and like flying, and then there's like a mattress, like a big comfy mattress, and they're landing and like, they're all cozy as opposed to just like hitting.
So it's not going to be a
visuals
painful
are coming.
process.
That's fun. That's I'm liking these new visuals of what I'm seeing. Thank you. Yeah, so definitely drink a lot of water. A lot of water. For this kind of stuff, for clearing, what happens energetically needs to clear physically in some way. And so like the easiest way I find is drinking lots of water, and then it just kind of releases things. Sometimes people can feel a little extra tired, so just listening to what your body needs. If you're tired, sleep. If you're hungry or craving something a little differently, like eat it.
Yeah, we can do a whole video on that. Just in short, yeah, if you feel like you want to eat some sort of food right now, or after watching this, listen to that, follow with that, or even just wear different types of clothing, colored clothing, I mean. Follow with that, so that there's something going on there.
Yeah, like even before this I was wearing a different color shirt, and I was like, nope, I need a pink shirt. And then I've had a dream too where it's like wear pink and yellow. And yeah, I just felt off wearing it. It was a gray shirt, and I was like, no, I need this pink one. So that's a perfect example, because the frequencies, high frequency foods, high frequency like in like colors, it all nothing is but a random.
Yeah.
But you gravitate towards But that's another thing. We'll talk about that. I was like, yeah, like if you're somehow gravitating, like I learned this, I was always gravitating towards like a while before. I was gravitating more towards like salty junk food type of foods, and it was because I had an energy attached to me that was wanting me to eat all that. And now since clearing all that, I don't have that. But that's for another, I guess, another discussion. I think we're pretty good. I guess if you want to, was there anything that you're seeing, Will?
Let's see. Let me just check. I'm seeing a picture of a flaming sword. And the message I'm getting from that is that there is no turning back. We're only going forward from here. What was once the norm is no longer the norm. We're on a new mission now. The sword is kind of just acting as this like protective barrier of you can't go back. So stop looking back to your past and keep walking forward. That timeline's gone.
Okay, so I'm just going to be anchoring some frequency. Okay, so just we're going to just be clearing some contracts. Ooh.
Pulling out the paper shredder.
Yeah, you have paper shredder? See. You're all clearing contracts that do not serve you at this time. You're being asked to look within, keep looking within, be in your heart center. Anchoring in the frequencies of love, light, unconditional love. And being reminded of the Hopi prophecy, which we made a video on that we're going to post shortly. This blue star energy is surrounded around everyone here. So clearing contracts, clearing spells, clearing curses, clearing hijacks, all lower vibrational densities. I'm getting the image of like a whiteboard and just clearing that whole thing. See, Seek arata sakataraka tus ki yata tata. Si arata suk kurukutu 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 kurukutu. Si ya. Oh, sikat arata arak atik etu tutukutu 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 kiski atik arut kiski arata tat arut kiski arata tat arut kiski arata sakata. Oh, sikila ta ya tu kurukutu rukutu 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 kia ya ta ya ya ta. Releasing chains, anything holding you back, preventing you from moving forward. Si ayata tata sukuru tu iski ayata sakatara katush suk sik I ayata sata asukuru kuskuturu kuyata katara suk I ayata sata sakatara katara suk arata tu ik irata tata suk iya sik iya suk iya light lots of light karaskus kus kia. What are you seeing, Will?
As we're seeing a blue bull as in male cow, and seeing him just standing his ground and not letting anything hold him. People were trying to chain him down, and he was just breaking through them. Just showing that we need to be stubborn like the bull sometimes and stand our ground and with what's coming, stand our ground with our voices. So just the earth covered in sapphires, just seeing all these different like images of blue, and just everyone was given a sapphire. And using it, holding out in front of ourselves to protect ourselves and cover ourselves with a shield of blue light to thwart anything that tried to repel us. Arms held out, stretched in front of us, charging forward like this blue bull. Just keep hearing, I'm being reminded of the one tribe of Israel, which is, I think it's Issachar or Ishtar, which is their stone is a blue stone. It's like blue and gold, I think, or like not like gold. It's like a goldish color though.
Do you say Issachar? That was what the name. That was the name of. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Ashtar?
I remember that. I think Ashtar is the name of the prophet. I was getting the sense that there's some relation there because the names are.
That name popped out with that. I don't, and that's what you just said. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be apparent in another video that we're posting. Sorry, I didn't mean.
But yeah, that's the name of that tribe. I'm just seeing just some sort of connection there with that.
Because that's what, when I'm doing light language as well, a really powerful light language that comes through is when I'm saying Eshkatar, 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 and it comes out and it's like, so that's interesting. Cool.
Yeah, and that's why I was seeing when I was seeing the bowl, that's where that was coming from, because they're the zodiac sound for that zodiac sign for that tribe is also a bull. I gotta look into this again now, because I'm like, I know. Why am I being reminded of that? But that's what I was seeing in that. The tribe is also known for wisdom, which comes with having a strong throat chakra, being able to speak forth wisdom.
Yeah, this is coming out. Sik aratakata ashkatar, sik aratasakata ashkatar, sik atakara sukushki ashkatar. Like that's what keeps coming out. It's been happening for the last ashkatar. Suk arataka ashkatar is a light being, a light energy. So you're holding the we are holding the frequency of this Ashkatar, the Ashkatar frequency, essentially, is what that is. A light being, an energy, whatever you want to call it. Sikarata, whatever is comfortable. Sikarata ashkatar, sikarata ashkatar, sikarata sukuturu. See, perfect example. The light language I speak, and then Will, you're seeing it, and this is why this is so much fun. It's like puzzle together, puzzle piece. Puzzle piece. My words aren't even forming correctly right now. A puzzle.
That's what it is. The tribe is Issachar. That's the tribe. So it is very similar to
Ishtar?
yeah,
Ishtar.
Issachar. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't mean, yeah, the name, it's the same. That's the way that I've been pronouncing it. It's coming out to me. See, activating a divine white light. Christ consciousness at divine white light. The frequency of love surrounds you, shielding, protecting.
I'm seeing remember that the realm we went, which was we went through that had the fist on it, where you get the rings that you can use to summon forth different beasts, and that's pretty much what I was seeing when people were holding out their arms. Oh wow, it looks kind of weird. Holding out their arms, haha, with a ring on it, and the blue ring, and it's just creating the shields, and we can call forth, use a ring like that to call forth this blue bowl.
So that's what it's essentially, it's like it's that flame that you saw me with. That's what it is. It's that energy, it's that frequency. So that's
the blue flame.
It's a new energy. That's just making its way to the planet. It's on the planet. Cool. I don't know if you want to just bring everybody back.
Yeah, let's everyone go ahead and just bring all your energy back into yourself. As we bring ourselves back to this present moment, detaching any cords from anything or anyone that might have attached to a wall, just to receive this message, so that we're now no longer attached to anything, but just now fully in ourselves, fully released, have all our energy back, coming back in this present moment. Slowly breathing and just regrounding where you are. Sorry, I feel like sitting here feels really nice. Just allow yourselves to relax. Come back. We're back in 3, 2, 1. Allow yourselves to feel yourself back in this moment. Move around, readjust yourself, get comfortable again, and just feel that wave of energy. I don't know where it's coming from. Ooh. I don't know. Just feeling a rush.
Well, thank you. That was great.
All right. Everyone, you have a good evening, good morning, good day, as the Australians say. We're closing out here. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.